Yes, we're so ready for this one. I think it's going to be an exciting game. Ence and Team Liquid, and you know, a little bit of favoring towards Liquid. Moses, how does that make you feel?
I still think they're the better team, although I am massively impressed with Ence, you know, between the major and so far from what we've seen at this event. But I still think that Liquid, it's the same thing that you say in the quarterfinals of the major. Liquid should win, but there's definitely a chance they lose.
Yeah, you know, I agree. I actually think Liquid are an impressive team. There's just no denying it. But I mean, Ence do have like a particular kind of fire that's burning within them right now, and that is scary. I mean, it's really hard to quantify what that is, and we've seen it from a bunch of different teams in the past. And I don't know, like it's hard to deal with.
They were so impressive in the game we just casted against FaZe.
Yeah.
They were so focused in terms of like clearing out every single corner. Like I don't think they ever kind of tried to cheat anything and go a little bit too fast, and they missed clearing out some awkward position. They were just on point. Communication was great. So it's going to be a tall task for Liquid, starting on the T side as well. This is not live. It is called As Soon As It Went Live. So
They got you again, Moses.
yeah, well, I mean, I didn't really get too into it at
No.
that just yet. But they definitely got production.
They try their best. We should be good to go. I think just a little bit of a hiccup. Yeah, I'm excited about this match, and I want to see if the kind of madness that they were bringing on Nuke Ends. I mean, if you didn't watch that match, that especially on the T side, they were just so quick. It was non-stop.
Yeah.
Actually hard for FaZe to even keep up, and I don't know that. I think that's going to be harder to do versus Liquid, but I would still like to see them try. And
I think the difference is Liquid, like FaZe seems like scared to like bring out that level of aggression, or like their players just don't like to play that style. Liquid doesn't have that either. Liquid, as we've seen at this event, even against Astralis in the opening map, they're willing to get dirty. They're willing to get grimy and take really, really aggressive stances and just kind of go for it and see what happens. They're in a very good playmaking mindset at the moment. Alu's going to spot one. Aggression out towards long. That's two players from Ence there, so restricting on the map. But there's a time limit on this, and Alu's not falling back. He's trapped. He's in a fight to his death, and he doesn't provide much fight. Does provide a good death.
yeah, but the follow-up from Ariel and Sergey is absolutely beautiful. Although Nitro gonna pick one of in return, and this is very awkward for Sergey. He has to fight his way out as well. He's gonna do just that, turning around. Oh, he gets one more. That is beautiful from a young player as well. High pressure situation, and he just handles it flawlessly. And in that situation, like if you stay and you wait for the fight to come to you, that's not going to work out well. He actually had to go and initiate the fight.
I'm actually surprised that Liquid committed so much to trying to clear them out of bathrooms. You had pretty much a free route to that A-bomb site if you had picked up the pace to get there. Maybe they didn't know there was two, but also, I mean, once that first player goes down, I think he was the bomb carrier. So I think in some sense, they kind of had to take those fights at a certain degree.
The kind of strat that they were just running Liquid in that round, that's the kind of, when I see that in a match, I always think, oh, that looks very planned. It looks like they watched the demo, they knew what Ence liked to do, and they tried directly to counter it. And to be fair, the counter worked. It's just the follow-up fights weren't good, but the taking down of Alu, that's perfect. Like at the beginning of the strat is everything you want, right?
Yeah. No real investment for Liquid, just a Deagle picked up on Stewie, P250 on a leash. Alu trapped again, and he's not going to be able to fight his way out. Good shot from Alige to shut him down, and that's unfortunately just a block, and Naf got blinded right when the fight began. Ariel now in these short, dirty waters, taking a dirty fight, and he gets dinged up, down to 48 HP, and he's got some support with him. X7 is able to cover him from sandbags. But it was an awkward scenario, and Stewie's actually gained great ground towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, and he's got a Deagle as well. That would be exciting if he could land one of those Deagle shots and bring the fight back into a 3-on-3. Oh, there's a big opportunity there. Don't want to take that kind of a jump against Stewie pretty much at any time in the game. Gonna go for it one more time. Does spot it out. Now a second player has arrived. And that's X7 from all the way across the map. So now things are looking much better for Ence here.
Yeah, that timing doesn't really work out with when Stewie goes down. Elysian Nitro is so far away from the B-bomb site, so as soon as Stewie goes down, Ence knows there's no more pressure at A. Start cheating players over to B, and it doesn't even matter. Ariel, Scott, Elish, and Nitro. 2-0 for Ence. Here come the rifles for Team Liquid. Because of the Deagle investment, Stewie's going to drop down to a Galil. Get a Molotov and a smoke behind that. Everyone else should be at AK-47s.
Yeah, they managed to control this situation really well. Not losing too much. Holding on as well to a lot of SMGs. UMP, MP7, MP9, so against the AK-47s, you never know what could happen. in the third round. That's a lot of aggression coming out of Liquid. Really, really quick to push through the tunnel, and they're not going to catch anyone here, but they certainly get control of this part of the map really quickly, and the retaking of that part of the map, or at least the fight happening there for Ence. They just take one kill, fall back, smoke it off.
And they're fine being that aggressive because they had 4 players at the B bomb site. Even if 1 goes down, even if 2 goes down, you've still got a pretty solid defense behind it to hold on to the bomb site. So there's a bit of a counter coming out from Ence. The double nade and the quick pop flash counter. And that hurts Liquid. They don't have a lot of utility to work with. They don't have a lot of utility to really adjust across the map and try and find a new angle. So again, a lot's going to go on to Stewie, who's going to be alone here over towards A to create a distraction, to hopefully desperately find a kill. He does the most basic fake, just spams into smoke and now falls away.
2 on the ramp as well. How is that going to be working out? Taking the first fight there. Are they realizing that there's a second player here? Doesn't really look like it. I don't think they were ready for that at all, and they're going to lose 2 to Aerial. Trying to follow it up as Lexi B. He's going to be spraying down the bomb carrier, and that just leaves Stewie in a 1 versus 3. That double stack on that short little ramp definitely caught them off guard. Second engagement they weren't ready for, though. Stewie has picked up the 1 kill. It's still very unlikely he can do this, and just the time that's left was going to make that very tricky. It's a good effort, but Ence are going to win the 3rd round.
That's a great little aggressive move from Alexi to move up that ramp. Stewie's thinking with the time that's left, with the desperate situation, he'll be playing it more passive and just trying to stay alive for the most part, deeper in towards Monster Tunnel. Didn't expect the move up the ramp. Yeah, this was great. That's a really cool way to start the round, and obviously the follow-up. Aerial, this second kill, I cannot believe he got that on Naf. Not able to clean it out. That was the one that really sealed the round in the favor of Ence.
And you can just tell that little group of 3 coming through the tunnel, when they win that first fight, all of their attention goes on to the next stage. I think one of them pulls out a grenade, and they're sort of ready to set up for a fight that's happening deeper in the bomb site, and then suddenly it's right on top of them again. I mean, I think that it really makes such a big difference how you imagine the next part of the attack happening, and when you get that wrong, it just causes a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Here's Alu with the AWP. Just waiting. Liquid again, it's a lean towards bathrooms, Nitro in the staircase. And Alu should be the first point of contact if anyone from Liquid turns this corner. And he's so confident to take this. He's got Alexi on the site, Sergey as well with eyes on long, so he's pretty fine as long as that smoke's up, and as it starts to fade, he backs off.
Liege, a little bit slow up long. Not sure if he wants to try and be one of the last people in. The rest of the push might get shut down before that gets a chance. Stewie with a pretty good refrag there, taking down Sergey, but not even sure the bomb can go down in the smoke in front there. They're going to get 1 more kill, so they've done a little bit of damage. Liege with a deagle, just fighting to try and get 1 more in there. Does not happen. 4 in a row for Ence, and a decent start here for them once again. A
pretty convincing start as well. Only 2 players go down in that, 3 in the previous. They've got cash flow as well, got plenty of money behind these buys. Op is still in the hands of Alu, who's going to buy up his utility, but still 6,600 in the bank, so that's more than fine. Liege has got his SG 553. That is such... I don't like that. Can we just say Krieg? Can we go back to like Krieg Commando?
Could just call it the Krieg.
Yeah.
I'm just always worried that some expert on social media is going to say, actually. It's fine, Moses.
Okay.
I've got your back.
As long as I have your approval.
If they come for you.
You definitely don't. You would leave me hanging for sure.
On fire, Moses.
Well, Sergey and Alu pushed up towards party. Alu kind of revealing his position and backing off. That might be a small bait for Sergey, and an awkward timing. Alish. He has had some stellar games in this event so far, and he's being put on the back foot early.
How did they know? Just as he pulls the grenade out, they're right on top of him. That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, not the best start for Liquid in this round. They've got a lot more grenades to work with, so maybe they could build something, getting that long control. Alu and Sergey setting up in a very well-known position. Oh, and actually now they're getting Alexi there as well. That could be pretty dangerous.
Look at the way that Ence is moving across the map. This is so sick. They're adjusting so well and finding ways to get it doubled up at the point of attack. Sergey's going to get the first. I think that flash actually hurt Naf more than anything. Alu with the op behind the smoke, eats some nade. Alexi's there as well. Ariel gonna start cheating to have a rotation, but Liquid is still very far away from this bomb site.
Yeah, they are, and with only 25 seconds, that might just actually be completely devastating. Trying to see if they get a bit closer there. Twist very low on health, down to 19, trying to see if he can make it through. He's got so many targets behind the truck, and again, clock just ticking low now, 15 seconds on it. They need that opening frag, and it's gonna be Twist. He does not get tagged in the first fight. Nitro to follow up. This is looking a little bit better now. Ariel behind the truck, and he stops the bomb, and now there's only 4 seconds.
No time.
He can't do it. Oh, that's a heartbreaking moment. Twist with the triple. They had it all lined up.
They almost had to be that patient. I mean, they had no idea what's coming, but the fact that Ariel gets that rotation in just in time, that's so sick to have that third player there. He's the one that really slowed it down. They got 2 kills. He's able to stop the bomb plant. Even if Twist drops off the box, I don't think he would have been able to get the plant in time. Well, Ence looking really, really good.
Yeah, they are looking really good.
I think at some point soon, this is probably not going to be a surprise any longer.
I think for the most part, we're past that point now.
Okay.
I think the interesting question is if they can handle, you know, all of the stuff that comes next, right? Because I think they're still riding the wave of you know, sort of this whole scenario, and weird things come with that might be unexpected for players, right? You have a winning formula right now that's working really well, but if you start to see a downturn in the feedback from that, you know, you get like, you know, less winning out of it.
Yeah.
Does the whole team break apart? I mean, some teams do, and it's like, you know, half the team wants to do the thing that you've been doing all along, and half the team wants to do something else, and that could be not good. Oh, well, it's clever.
Usually it's followed up with a pop flash as well to go for some aggression. This time that doesn't happen. Maybe they do it a little bit more delayed. Ariel was in position to maybe move forward. There's going to be 3 defenders and a 4th on the way. Alu's going to get here just in time, but he's blocked off by smoke. Got to take a longer route. Now he's in position, and there's nothing to block him off. I don't think Liquid can actually get into this site. It's going to be such a fight the whole way through. Alexi spraying around the edge of the smoke. 1 on the site, jumping up. Stewie can get nothing done, and Ence is shutting them down every step of the way. They're reading Liquid like an absolute, like a coloring book.
A little crayon, little draw within the lines kind of thing.
Like a paint by numbers.
They've got it locked down.
Yeah, that was the metaphor.
I like it. Yeah, 6-0. I'm really, really impressed, and this looks like a moment of internal meditation for Alu.
It always looks like a moment of internal meditation for Alu. Even in person.
You know, it is absolutely true. You get some truly, you know, those highlight clips, like those like meme clips that they post on the Ence social media channel of Alu saying, you know, insane things most of the time. Yeah. Having a conversation with Alu is like that, just all of the time.
That's not actually a meme. No. That is reality.
They don't have to search far through the conversations to find that stuff, which is amazing. Like it's well worth it. Could probably have his own podcast where it's just
where it's just him talking.
Yeah.
Saying weird stuff. Well, I mean, say all the weird things you want as long as the results are there. This is great for Ence. 6-0. Great shot for Alu. He gets blinded as well. Liquid seems to have found a new opponent, haven't they? It's not just Astralis any longer. Great job from Alu. The follow-up as Stewie jumps around the corner, and he's still standing. Twist's gonna be next. He misses that shot. They're gonna try and hunt him down, but he's got an opportunity leg shot. He's certainly gonna go down here, and he does to the Tech 9.
Yeah, they managed to run him down, and that's actually big news, just getting that AWP, considering the weaponry that they had. Got a second kill as well. This is not bad for Liquid, but those were some pretty good shots out of Alu. I think for who has been long-standing, I think certainly one of the smartest players in Europe.
Alu?
For a long time, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was
That's
sort of...
on Fire Anders, if you want to tweet at him and tell him how wrong he is.
Yeah, you could definitely do that, but then you would be wrong. Think about it, it might not be worth it. Unless you want to, then you can go ahead. Oh, a close shot there from Nitro could have worked out for another kill, and that would have helped them out a lot. But it's 7-0 in favor of Ence right now. They are doing a good job.
And I don't know that we've seen anything from Liquid that's very promising. Like, we haven't seen them really get too close and around it, aside from that one timeout where it was a one-on-one down the stretch. But other than that, it's been very dominant for Ence. They haven't had to struggle a whole lot to grind back into these rounds. Doing a good job of getting opening kills as well. And there's just not a lot of production going on the Liquid side of things.
No, they need to...
Oh dear.
Get back up on the horse, Moses. It's a reference to the logo.
That's a good reference.
Yeah, I know. I've had that one saved.
You write that down in a notebook last night?
Yeah, I meant to use it for the major, but then I never showed up. So figured now was the time.
All right, well, Naf's got his second kill, and he's provided a man advantage for Liquid. They struggled to convert these against Astralis. See how they do here. Molotov kind of isolates Sergey on his own. Alexei not able to help him out if any engagements were to come, but they're actually taking the longer route.
Getting a lot of people out on long like that. As long as Stewie can stay alive and cause a bit of a distraction, that can absolutely work out. Pincering in a Stewie, and that is a good job taking down Alexei B and Sergey both. That should clear the path. I mean, only now Aerial is starting to get back into the A bomb side. I'm not sure Liquid could know that necessarily, but he is pretty much alone up here.
They'll have to. They've hit the pause button again. We saw this previously allow an Aerial to rotate over at the right moment. They're going to come through these smokes, I think, though. The tough part is X7 is going to be here quickly as well. Great shot from Nitro. They needed that, and he's going to follow up. Nitro finds X7 at the end as well, trying to get back into the smoke. And we're going to get a timeout from Team Liquid. Their first round is on the board, and now they need to build upon it. And the nice thing is, despite the fact that they haven't necessarily been pressuring to win a lot of these rounds, they've got enough kills to keep that economy for Ence low. They've brought it down again. So Alu's going to have an op. There's going to be plenty of rifles for the defensive side, but this is everything they have left to fight with, and then they'll have to save. Yeah,
and weirdly, because of the new economy, that actually, in some sense, punishes Ence a little bit. Winning a bunch of rounds, but them being close means they have less money, and Liquid actually have the round loss bonus stacked up, 7 times. So, so there's something working for them there.
Yeah, they're going to get a lot of money.
Yeah. A lot of money.
But it only matters if they can win this.
That is true, Moses. You're absolutely right.
I mean, at this point, when you're down 7-1, you need to put the rounds on the board. We've seen too many times teams have phenomenal second halves, but the first half was just so weak that they can't even get back into it. 2 players got past Alu, and it almost feels like he wants to back away, but Sergey's close up towards long. They're doing an aggressive setup here. Late peek, Twist has got him right to the face.
That was a crisp shot, wasn't it?
That was beauty.
And I mean, if anyone was gonna bring Liquid back into this, I'd put almost all of my money on Twist being the one.
The gum-chewing samurai.
Yeah, he is such a hero. Nitro gonna be in there as well, picking up Sergey. And that will make it 3 on 5, and the rest, well, UMP, MP9, Liquid feeling comfortable slowing it down in these situations. I mean, the benefit of slowing it down is that you actually allow your opponent to make mistakes for you sometimes, right? And the downside could be that, that maybe they can regroup, but it's very hard when there are 3 people. Like, where are they going to regroup?
At this point, Nitro, Elige, and Twist have such good map control. Stewie is keeping his eye on the underpass flank. Naf keeping his eye on the really, really big flank. But you have time now to just group up and you just attack a bomb site. You don't even necessarily have to do an execute. You can just kind of walk in and play contact and clear everything, maybe a pop flash, but they are going to throw out the smokes. The big thing is, because you have all this control over towards the A bomb site, don't try and outsmart yourself and go towards B. Like, you don't have control of any of that side of the map, so don't even bother with it.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of move is the one that...
We've seen it happen frequently.
Well, that's the move you make when you play Astralis, right? So oh my god.
And then Glaive's at the top of this ladder and just wrecks your life.
Yeah. There is that weird... I mean, other teams have had this effect too in the past, not just Astralis that have been through this, but it's like when you get to a certain level where you sort of, like, you on top of the evident success that you're having, there is like a little level of myth almost, and then teams make mistakes that they wouldn't make against other teams, and it's really frustrating to watch sometimes. But I've talked to a number of players who say that is what it feels like too, Like, you sort of going into that, you sort of know that, oh man, maybe they are, a level ahead that they actually are not, and then you make a mistake. So
yeah.
Apologies for the quick power cut. We should be back in the action here. It's Ence and Team Liquid, and it's 8-3. And as you can tell, a 1 versus 2 here for Aerial, trying to see if we can extend the lead against Team Liquid. I think a heartbreaking moment if they cannot win this. Actually, it's been pretty much uphill all along for Liquid. They've been struggling to keep up with the Finnish team. And Aerial sneaking in with the M4. He's already been spotted at the bank, and that should be pretty much game over for him. As soon as you get caught in this one, you almost need the kill immediately, and I'm not sure that's going to be even possible. We'll see if he can. No, Stewie will take him down instead. Triple for him, and Liquid finding a 4th round. I think every round counts right now, Moses, for Team Liquid.
Oh yeah, this is, I mean, this is super, I mean, it's obviously nice after our power outage to come back to.
Yeah.
They were down 7-0 at one point, so this is a 4-1 run that they've had. Get them back in business, at least competitive in this game. That would have been just crushing if they had such a rough first half that they couldn't even make a comeback in the second half. So, pistols for Ence in this round 13, and a great chance for Liquid to get up to 5. I mean, they could still make this so close. This could actually turn out to be a great T-side, all things considered, especially the way it started.
Yep, I mean, there's plenty of room for that, I think. I think our real worry in the beginning was whether or not they would even be able to build that kind of foundation to have a chance, right? And that's looking likely at the moment.
I'm wondering if Alexi's actually going to go for this, if they want to try and do more economic damage of some sort, find some kills. I mean, the bonus money is going to start building up, but that AK-47 might be valuable for Alexi. It's gone now. Alu and Sergey with just the USPs, and they're gone as well. Liquid at 5. 2 more rounds in the half. Obviously, Liquid, if they somehow like fight their way to have a 7-8 half, that would be so impressive considering how much they were getting beat down early on in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know if it's probably too soon to start to celebrate, but Liquid have just sticking in this game and not well, obviously not giving up, but you know, just giving themselves a couple of chances here and there, I think has actually been enough now. I mean, 8-5, even if they don't win the last 2 rounds, I still think they got a decent shot at doing this in the second half. And maybe even if, I mean, especially if Ence just cool off a little bit, which don't seem to do a lot of. Alu going to be taking down a leash, so fantastic start to the round here. Playing a 4 versus 5 and falling all the way back. Don't really want to stick around, it seems, for the potential for maybe more chaos out there, so just going to cool it down a little bit. Let's just see. Yeah, he's all the way back in the bomb site. Doesn't want to risk it. 3 people down at B, so they've certainly got the defense if they need it down there.
Yeah, the question for Liquid becomes, how do you find the equalizing? At this point for Ence, you have a double op setup. You make sure those ops are the ones to take contact. You can see Alu getting aggressive, might have another chance for a pick, and he's actually going to peek deep in the bathrooms. He's got to be careful. Oh, the mouse wheel jump could have been bad. He's looking for the follow-up from Liquid. There it is. He sees the shadow, and oh, he finds the timing. That's beautiful. Twist with the trade. Will they expect Sergey? Twist clears it. Not well enough. But another trade, Nitro. And NAF in a 2-on-3, but they're being flanked out, and there's just too many positions for them to check. X7 holds down the bomb site. A 9th round for Ence.
That's a really good job on the defense there. Some of those early shots, I mean, sort of half flashed. Alu's still picking up a couple of kills, or at least the 1 there. That makes a big difference. 9-5 Liquid. 1 more chance here to see if they can get a last round on the board of the first half. And these early shots. And that second one there, that's almost everything you can ask of Liquid in terms of taking that engagement, and it's not enough anyway.
And again, just more ability of Ence to rotate into the proper positions because those fights are taken, you know, deep away from the bomb site.
Do you think Naf has like Finnish relatives somewhere? I feel like he's got that similar sort of vibe, you know.
It doesn't look Finnish.
No, it doesn't look a bit, but you know, just sort of.
Just the attitude and the calmness.
Yeah.
It's possible. Maybe we'll ask him.
Yeah, we could go to like one of those ancestry sites and do some digging.
Yeah, you gonna get like a saliva swab?
I'll let you do that, Moses. I feel like you know this team better than I do. But I'll certainly be the
That's what you're there for. Maybe you can, you know, build a whole new relationship.
Yeah, well, a lot of opportunities right there for you know, future interesting Counter-Strike research. Oh, Alu, instant kill. He got greedy though. Wanted more.
Smartest player in Europe, Anders, 5 rounds ago.
Didn't say smartest. I said one of the smartest.
All right, we'll see what Liquid can do with this. 4-on-4.
I saved that spot for myself most.
Plenty of utility, plenty of powerful weaponry. And this Ence defense is leaning towards B, but they can only do that for so long, and they haven't heard any information, so Alexi's going to start coming back. The smoke to allow Liquid to get close up without being spotted, but the smoke itself is information.
Oh, triple boost with the AWP on top. You love to see that. Oh, no. You've got it, guys. You know what you're doing. Twist. Stay dark. This isn't. Oh, yes, there we go. Taking down Alexi, but Sergey mowing them down right afterwards. That was not worth it.
What a sequence. And that hurts. They got everything they wanted out of that, and the smoke had just cleared. If they hadn't had that confusion on the jump, they might have been able to get that kill and have the safety of the smoke as well.
Did they just grenade Sergey?
They might have. Naf only able to get the one. 25 seconds left for Stewie to make this happen. And he's backing off. I don't think he has the time for this. This is going to put so much pressure on these next engagements.
Oh, is he going to get caught? Actually, he might just get caught running through here. Yeah, they're ready for it. That's really unfortunate. I would have, if he would have made it past, I would have said, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Stewie, one of those positions. 10-5, though, in favor of Ence in the first half. Another good first half for them here. And, I mean, it's definitely still got a game in our hands here. If Liquid can pick up the pistol in the second half, I'd say a decent shot, they can run this back. But
I believe this is the map as well that Alish had that phenomenal game against NIP on the CT side, where he was just all over the map, and that was like the crazy 38 kill game, best of his career.
Yeah, his chewing gum debut.
Stewie's doing it now. The whole team. We're gonna get there, except for Naf, obviously.
Well, I'm not even gonna try and argue, Moses. I'm just gonna accept it. It's not worth my time, is it? Oh, how good that flashbang gonna be? It's gonna be a little bit late. In fact, he goes for the re-engage. Stewie, it's not enough. He's gonna get the one kill, but a favorable trade here for Ence so far. Running onto the bomb side, 3 versus 4. Following up, Alu with a headshot to take down Twist, and they're just hitting a lot of shots right now. Nitro comes back in a nap, and just like that, it turns for Liquid. How did they end up winning that?
I mean, you have to admire Stewie. His teammate goes down, he's gushed, he's got low HP, another flashbang coming in, he stands his ground to fight, gets 1 kill. But again, because they peeked into Monster and they had the information the whole way, Nitro is able to get aggressive outdoors, he's able to hold his ground. You have Naf rotating over to be here, so it's just a fight the whole way for Ence, and eventually you just get ground down. Just not aware where the next fight is going to come from. So a big pistol round victory for Team Liquid. They absolutely needed that, 6-10.
Oh, and Twist is getting really excited there. Now he's so excited he's bought the MP5 with the silencer on. I still can't really make up my mind about that weapon, I'm not gonna lie.
I love it for nostalgic purposes.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a slaughter. With a Liege with that SMG. Here we go. An ace, actually. He gets all 5.
An MP9 ace. Sort of thing you really don't talk about with your friends, do you, you know? Don't mention that.
Yeah?
No.
Why not? You don't like the MP9 either?
No. Well, fair enough. He got a lot of money out of it, and Liquid are right back on track. This is good news.
Well, here's I mean, this is a kind of a risky situation for Liquid. 4 SMGs still in play. So how are they going to arrange the defense to allow those weapons to be effective against the AKs? Naf's going to get close up. This is a big turn of the corner. Flashbang comes in. He's delayed a little bit. There's the follow-up. He gets 2 dinks. Oh, the cleanup from the MP5. Twist is there. Molotov in towards the sewer. The bomb is down, but I don't know if they're going to want to fight for it. That Molotov not effective, and he's not aware. He threw it too far. Small mistake, big consequences.
Absolutely was. I'd love to see the replay of that double dink with the UMP. That's actually a little bit ridiculous. 3-on-3 though. Bomb is picked back up on X7 now. Alu making his way out all the way long. He could get into a pretty dangerous position here. Long range with the AK against Nitro. That could, well, he's got the AUG on the other side. It's hard to say who's going to come out on top. Attempted clicking. Does not connect. Still has 55 seconds here on the clock.
And there's so much time, and if you're Liquid, you want to hold on to your utility until you know it's coming. Elige, you saw him consider that smoke. Stewie. Oh, that's awkward. This is really, really tough. UMP cannot get the second. Half HP. Is the rotation going to be there in time? If Nitro can get that perch with the AUG, he actually goes down low. And he's got the angle, he's got the kill. That's bomb on the ground, and the follow-up. Alu falls last, and it's 10-8. And now, with no real upgrade of the weapons, with those 4 SMGs, that's a huge balloon of your economy.
Yeah, absolutely helps them out a lot here. So, I mean, this was just a round of little details, wasn't it? The sort of the double dink, then the Molotov going too far. Then, you know, I mean, Stewie did get caught in an awkward position, but he also got the information early that they were even coming B, so that the rest of the team could rotate down. So a lot of really small details that made that round.
Same thing that happened on the pistol. Here we go again. Naf's gonna peek this. Is he gonna spot anything? I think he did. I don't know if he realizes how many got passed towards Sandbag's position, and actually Ence isn't gonna slow down. They wanna go for this. Much like we saw against FaZe, trying to apply as much pressure as possible early on in these rounds.
They're getting grenaded down so badly, though. Yep. And they actually, for once, you actually see Ence sort of shuffling about a little bit on top of each other. I mean, it is a round where they only have pistols, so the consequences aren't, you know, aren't as big, but a lot of the time, we saw that on Nuke as well, they just commit to everything. And this time, they were a little bit hesitant.
It's hard when it's such a narrow choke point, and you're just, it's like a grenade dump. It's a utility dump for Team Liquid. There's another follow-up nade over towards the squeaky door. They've got to get someone back to help Nitro. He's at a headshot angle for this Deagle. Now he's into the site. Elige rotating over, but for now, Nitro is alone. It's got to be a kill, and he's got two. Traded out eventually, but Alu, it's going to be tough for him to get a plant. And Elige cleans him up. 10-9 as Liquid win 4 in a row to inch closer. It's important to note as well, these two teams playing for a spot in the grand final to play against Astralis. But with the round differential in terms of their games, if this is a tie, I'm pretty, okay, I'm going to say pretty confident. 90% confident.
Okay, go on.
That Liquid gets the finals in a tie.
All right. I'm sure somebody will do the math. Where's Graham when you need him?
And
probably busy.
If I end up being wrong, I'll tell everyone who told me that that was true.
All right. You've got a little list brewing. I like it, Moses. Got to hold people accountable. Things like this. Actually, treat that publicly. Say, these are all the people that are actually wrong. 10-9. I'm really enjoying this now. I feel like this was tilting towards being another questionable game in terms of Ence just actually being, you know, too powerful in some sense. And I feel like Luke could have brought it back for us. So excitement all across the board. Get all your friends involved and get him watching this one, because I think this has this has all the potential right now, and especially when you consider what's at stake here in the grand finals. Well, okay.
Doesn't like balloons.
Oh, they wanted to go for the boost.
Maybe he watched it as a child.
Yeah.
Nitro's in some trouble here.
You can sit on top of the balloons.
Yep. And that's the exact peak to take out the tree and towards Nitro. He sees him, and that should just be a tap. He's taking his time with it. Oh, no!
The railing ate half of those bullets.
That's got to be so frustrating.
Man. I mean...
Adamantium railings.
If you've been watching a lot of Counter-Strike, you should know Nitro's going to go big in this round, isn't he? Like, that's how it works out. Elige goes down to Alu, so... But look at the time. Oh, God. There's only 25 seconds. They're starting to move towards the B bomb site, but Twist is down there, and he only has a flashbang to buy time, which really... It's not going to be that much. Maybe if they get a couple of more people down on that bomb site, it would make a big difference. He's hearing it now. 14 seconds on the clock. Can he get even just one kill? That would make a big difference right in front of him. He's going to get the one on Lexi B. That helps out a little bit for the bomb. It should be going down, and yeah, they're quick to run onto the bomb side. I think they wanted to try and see if they could stop it, and it wasn't going to be possible. So Nitro and Naf, they're going to have to back on out of there. That is a wild round.
Yeah, I mean, first the spam onto Nitro is obviously unfortunate. The dink that Elige gets onto Alu down to 3 HP, couldn't complete that kill. And then because there had been utility thrown towards that 8 bomb site, because Liquid had used some in defense as well, they didn't have any information of what was actually coming. They didn't notice that Ence was rotating back towards B. So 11. Ence keeps the lead.
It's really, really interesting, isn't it? Nobody goes down to the bomb, and everybody keep their weapons. So, yeah, nobody wants to throw anything away right now. I mean, Ence, they have a decent enough economy, but if they'd lost 2 rifles or something running after the remaining Liquid players, that would not be a good move.
No, it wouldn't have been ideal.
Well,
another solid buy, though, for Liquid. And they've got actually a decent amount of money behind this as well. Liege, 3,300. Nitro, 2,300 behind the op. NAF, 2,600. So not in danger of having their economy taken away from them.
Sounds from inside the arena. Gotta say, like, just the energy that's going on in there is...
it's pretty unreal, isn't it?
It is amazing.
I forgot before this event that this was your first time doing Counter-Strike in Brazil. It's a whole other animal, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never been in before, and I mean, so far I've really enjoyed it. Obviously enjoyed the atmosphere, enjoyed the games and everything else, but just walking around the streets here in Sao Paulo as well, really liking that part too. Love to come back and do it, you know, without the
video gaming part?
Without the video gaming part, yeah, I actually would. X7 playing that anchor outside of the B-bomb site. Somebody always has to.
Nitro doesn't want to be up in those flower pots anymore.
Can you blame him?
That had to be a pretty shocking surprise when he starts getting shot at. But long control for Ence as Nitro just gives it up.
Yeah, look at how they're playing it. This is so cool, isn't it? They flash their way, then they hug the court, like they hug the wall all the way around. They just run up there. And if you're playing that position, I mean, you could probably hear them running a little bit, but you might still get caught off guard. Like, it could be definitely a surprise, just them moving that quickly.
Well, the response from Liquid is pretty cool as well. They say, all right, you're taking long. Well, we're going to put Nitro and Elige in, like, close up into the bathroom. So they'll control that. They rotate NAF over to keep his eyes on it. And that sets up a pretty awkward crossfire between NAF and Nitro.
Oh, more boosting. Yeah, they got it this time. Boosting up over, and they are going to get the kill as well. Well done. Alu to take down NAF. They're going to be really annoyed by this by now. Stewie and Nitro. And as you said, that bathroom's position suddenly coming into play. Sergey trying to see if he can edge them in. Nitro getting 1 kill. Can he get 1 more? Almost gets it. Could have maybe had a chance for a 2nd kill. It's still working out for Liquid. 3 on 2. Bomb being planted. It does go down, but it might be too late here. Sergey now in a 1 versus 3, quickly making it a 1 on 2. He walks out into the opening. It's taken down by Twist. And Liquid now almost back in the game entirely. 11-10.
It's a good thing that Elige gets that flank to be effective and takes out the planner immediately, because if he had gone down or if he hadn't been effective, that would have been really frustrating. His position early on with Nitro was to protect Nitro from the exact player that killed him. So if you give up that position to go for a flank, you damn well better make it work. 11-10, Liquid respond immediately, but still going to be an insanely strong investment from Ence.
Yeah, and this is where, I mean, just to highlight this again, I think many of us are still figuring out that new economy, but this is where it really makes a big difference. If this had been the old system, Ence would have been ruined by this. Yeah, but now instead they just sort of tick back down to 1 lower level of loss. Yeah, I guess lost money, lost bonus.
Don't even know the vernacular to use yet.
I've lost my mind. But yeah, that doesn't quite happen, so they're still in the game. They can still fight for it. Left the bomb quite far back, but someone can easily run and pick that up. They're very careful about this early stage, fighting around the fountain and the playground and birthday party. Just making sure they don't lose any players too early on here, Ence.
This is such a huge round for Ence. Losing this, and you have to imagine that gives Liquid a phenomenal opportunity to take their first lead of this game. 4 players towards A. Nitro with the op, again, going to be the point of contact. And they just want to, I think they want to back out of this, but they're sticking around, which is a bit scary. Nitro still has a Molotov. Elige has a smoke to use.
saw something, but wasn't actually able to get that spray.
But look at how close that kind of setup has allowed Alexi to get. This is so dangerous. And there's 3 players for Liquid at this A bomb site. Nitro and Elige are both at the truck. That can be so deadly. 1 Molotov. That's all they have, actually. There's no smokes, there's no flashes, just the Molotov. This is going to be tough for Ence, but that's a huge opening.
Yeah, LexiB, straight headshot. Bit of a return there from Naf, and actually gets a double kill before he goes down to X7. That's an easy pick off. Alu was ready for it, and I'm not sure they can reinforce the bomb site. How did they actually make it onto here? Twist is trying to just run it. I'm surprised he's got this far, and somehow Stewie getting a kill there on Alu. All on Twist now. He's going to pick up the 1 kill, still a 1-on-1, and he's so low on health. X7 on the other side and catches him mid-air to take him down. Ends with 1 more round. 12 now. There's absolutely everything is on the line here, and actually the economy for Liquid. Oh man.
It's not good, is it? Stewie's got the most money at 5,100, but there's 3 players who can't even get a rifle on board. That is frightening. So it's a bit of a crossroads for Liquid as they call a timeout to discuss exactly how they want to play this.
Very, very close rounds coming into this one. And Twist, I mean, he sort of had to, he actually had to be the one to run onto the bomb site.
There must have been some miscommunication though, because he ran out looking at bank. He was saying he felt like there was 100% someone in bank. He was clearing that even while being shot at because he was expecting the follow-up peek to come from that position. Well, hold on to your butts. Liquid's gonna go for it here and now. Up in Stewie's hands. CZ and Twist and Naf. Scout on Elige.
How do you feel about this buy, Moses? I mean,
I think if you're gonna invest in an AWP, Stewie's the right person to have playing it.
yeah, certainly seen a lot out of him in the past with that weapon. I mean, it isn't all or nothing them buying in this round, but it does bring them to a position that would be, I would say. So if they lose this, they've got like 1 more chance to bring it back more or less, and then probably it'll be too late no matter what. See. Leash out on long with that scout. 1 good headshot's all it takes. He's being set up by a grenade. That did absolutely nothing to him. He's going to fall back as the second one rolls in, and half down in connect. He's going to pick up that 1. Good damage. No, actually that didn't hit. Looked like it should have hit.
Elige had a really long route to run, didn't he, to get into safety.
Yeah.
5 on 4. Elige had to have spotted at least 2. They've got to be careful against this op. You have Nitro now set up to the left.
Oh, look at the lack of grenades on Ence. That's really interesting.
Yeah, but they still have an overwhelming superiority in their weaponry. Maybe not overwhelming. AK now on Twist's hands.
It makes you, but the position that Nitro's in, if they had a lot of grenades, they'd check it for sure with grenades, but 2 Molotovs, maybe they'd use them elsewhere, and Nitro could do something. There's one of them on LexiB. He's certainly thinking about it. Gonna be putting it out, and the check there from Nitro. He does get it. Just waiting in the corner. I mean, he needs backup, but he's still buying time for them. 20 seconds on the clock. Stewie picking up 1 kill. Stewie with the second with the AWP, and it's really working. Alu now, I mean, there's no way to make through here. 10 seconds. They can't possibly lose this round unless they all try to fight him at the same time. That is a really strong defense, and Stewie with those 2 kills, but I mean, even the one, I think, from, was it Nitro in the corner?
Yes.
That makes a big difference.
And as you said, the delaying, just the shoulder peeking through that long player at bay as long as humanly possible, not able to get involved in the action. And, you know, even with everything that Ence had, Liquid had the perfect rotation. Look at the minimap there. There's 4 players at this A bomb site with very little utility. There's no way that you're going to make sure that enough of them are out of the fight. And Smiles on Team Liquid, 11-12. They've put Ence back onto pistols. They've put Ence back into a low economy situation, and they've got a double up. Although Nitro has no armor.
Yeah, tables really turned. And Nitro especially has, I think, earned the right to, you know, flash a little bit of a smile just based on his performance in this game. That's been a really, really important key player for sure. I mean, probably the MVP right now for Liquid if they end up winning it here. Elige, though, trying to get up on the board. 4 kills in this round with the Org, not bad at all. 12-12, all tied up in the game to decide who goes to the grand final against Astralis. They're really making sure that we're finding the best team possible.
Yeah, this has been really difficult the entire way for Team Liquid. I mean, going down 7-0, getting close, and then just being edged out by Ence, having to win that really, that kind of struggle buy that we just saw. Ence hasn't given them anything easy.
Good read on smoking out that Molotov, and Aerial, I think he wanted to use that little trick to push on through, but they were somehow ready for it, and he's going to be going down. So Elige, that would be unbelievably bad news for Ence if Elige started to come alive.
Well, he has. I mean, it's a little bit of a, I guess you could say it's a little falsified. He's 21 and 16, but remember he had the ace with the MP9. He had 4 kills in the previous save round with the AUG.
Yeah, 9 of those, Moses, don't even count.
Well, Nitro goes down. Nice pick from Alu. He's been very reliable in some of these. And this boost up again. We've seen so many boosts, and actually Liquid's not expecting them. Alexi's trying to inch forward, hoping someone walks into it. This is so tense. So dangerous.
I think he knows if he stands up on the other side, he's dead. If Stewie stops crouching, he's gone. I'm pretty sure Alexi has every clue that someone's there. Oh! He sees it, and it's off by a couple of pixels. Liquid have got to be starting to feel a little bit paranoid about the amount of times they've been shot at by weird boosts. How long before the quad boost and spawn?
Look at this faith they have in Elige, though. He is all alone at this A bomb site. Now going to start rotating back. Surely Elige has heard something. If this isn't hard checked, oh, that's a ballsy play from Elige. He does get one. That's important. But Alu is creeping up halfway up long. He can have an angle with the AWP. He can rain death and destruction into this bomb site, and Naf must hold on. Stewie's on the rotation as well.
Oh, he's in a very funny angle, Naf. They might not immediately check this. Smoke does go up. That helps out Naf with one big kill. He can't follow it up, and that leaves it in a 2-on-2. Look at the time left. Oh, right in front. Oh, no, it goes right over his shoulder. And there it is. No bomb plant and no time. My God. I mean, one more second on that plant, and it's at least going to be a 1 versus 2. That's so ridiculous. 12-13.
He just saw the little toes sticking out from under that smoke, and he's like, please reload faster.
Little booties.
Please reload faster.
I can't believe it.
13-12.
Oh, that is just, again, a little bit too close some of these rounds. Ence back at it with another buy. 12-13 here. We're getting down to the last couple of rounds, and it isn't clear at all who's going to be able to winning. And Liquid just need to tie, Moses. You were right.
I was right. I mean, as always, I don't know why I'm acting surprised.
But you did say if you weren't right, you'd blame it on somebody else. So really, if you were right, surely that also means the credit has to go to somebody else.
No, not at all. All right. So I had the courage to say it on air.
You have double standards, I think is what you have.
Absolutely.
Twice as good as normal standards, really.
Here we go. Alu's been able to save that up a number of times, but that's going to hurt his utility, which we've seen a couple times down the stretch. That's had a rough time running out of nades when they've tried to hit bomb sites with, 30 seconds left. Could be a factor. Liquid still just barely gripping and holding this lead. They only need 2 rounds to make it into the grand finals.
It looked like that grenade would have done a lot more, but it didn't. And now Aerial, he's just running into the bomb site. They're so quick. Ence catching Liquid off guard here at the B defense. Stewie doing a remarkable job, fighting his way back. Aerial and Nick7 both going down, and now he's just hiding inside of the smoke by the barrels, waiting. And it's slowed down a lot here for the Finnish side. That's a good shot from Alu. It was a good attempt at a setup, and it makes a lot of sense to flash your way into the tunnels there, but now it's a 3-on-3, and they're boosting underneath the twist. One more second, and he could be dead. There goes the boost, and yeah, they're going to get the kill on him. Very well done. They're so clever, the Finns, with this kind of a play. Elige now hiding inside, and he goes for the flick. He can't actually get the flick quick enough, otherwise that would have been perfect. And now Nitro up top. 1 versus 2. Can he make this one happen? Flash won't do much to him, but the bomb plant going down in front and can shoot through that box. Is he going to try it? He's certainly thinking about it. Yeah, a little bit late on it. It's the right idea. He's got perfect angle as well for it. Oh, and there it goes. Alexi B gone and out. And now does he know? Sergey right underneath. He's got all the advantage, and he's going to get it as well. Clever play by Sergey. What a round that was.
These boosts that come in have been so brutal, and Liquid's gotten away a couple times without taking damage, but that one was critical. Even still, there was no way Ence expected Elige to be at Toxic Barrels. The pop flash through almost works. If he gets that kill cleaner onto Alu, might be able to convert it, but that is the round-winning play right there from Alexi.
Yeah. Absolutely is. I mean, there are so many things that Liquid are doing right in these defensive moments, and there's just so much power behind these pushes from Ence. Like, the aggressiveness is just way off the charts, and they're so quick. I mean, even the move that Aerial does in the beginning to run to the bomb site to open it up, that's not easy to do. Look at this. Alu pushed up further at this point than maybe most people would expect. Certainly Stewie could be in trouble, but he's not. Scoped up, sees it coming, takes down Alu, and they're going to try and push behind. They know they've sort of been called a little bit here. They're just going to try and run into it. Alexi B turning around. That's some heads-up play, and yeah, they crush this bomb site. This is great position for them to be in. Oh, okay.
Why not? Get you one more. He's going to have to fall away. Liquid had money, but not enough to get a solid buy, so they just went for a save. Stewie's the only one who invested in the AWP. He must keep that gun in the next round. He's way too close for comfort. Now he's got to fight his way. Great flick over, but don't stick around any longer. That weapon is so important, they're going to start chasing. Holding the line, and Alexi's behind. Sergey coming in front. Alexi already into this A bomb site. This has to be a kill. Stewie, great shot. Is he going to be aware? Doesn't look like it whatsoever. And oh, he hears the footsteps, and oh, that's just too much. The AWP goes down. Alu will have that in the next round, and that is a very tough loss of the round and the weapon.
Yeah, they really actually desperately needed that. Instead, you know, UMP could have been that AWP, and certainly, well, the grenades are looking decent at least. Still not clear at all, actually, who's going to come out on top here. 14-13 in favor of Ence.
Remember, the Liquid only need that tie.
They only need the tie, 2 more rounds, and, well...
Both teams need 2 rounds, essentially, to make it to the finals.
You're right, Moses. Your math is...
impeccable.
Stunning, as usual.
Ence has had a lot more success since they've picked up the aggressiveness. Since we saw those plays, Aerial, this time it's Alexi. Stewie's in some trouble. He's completely blinded. This could be the knockout punch they need. Twist and Naf combined for one. Twist trying desperately to get away. Naf in the open. A dink onto Sergey as well. But Twist, there's so many flashbangs coming from anywhere. He's going to find one more over top.
That was a really good move, and I mean, a dangerous one to be making. There's Nitro. Long range to take down Sergey, and Alu. If they give him one mistake here, then there's a real chance. But if they play this one like they should...
They looked on the minimap like they're just lined up, stacked.
Yeah, don't stand on top of each other. That's not a good idea. He has to go and pick up the bomb, check a lot of the bomb site before he can even think about planting.
They need Nitro to be the one who gathers information, because Twist is just hiding in the water pit. But if Alu's allowed to walk all the way around, that's going to be a tough fight for Twist to win. And, I mean, no one's watching above him. Elige is actually back at the A bomb site for the moment, thinking maybe Alu's going for the long flank. Oh, no. Did he get scared by a body?
Could well be. Certainly gives it all away. We may never know, Moses. Maybe one of his teammates just clicked his mouse for fun. Thought it was that'd be a hilarious joke.
It wasn't.
No.
And here's the thing. I hope Ence realize this, but they have to buy here. Because if, as we've said a number of times, if Liquid get to 15, they go to the grand finals. So if Ence just straight up save.
Oh, if they don't know.
If they just go for...
know.
Okay.
They know. That actually hadn't occurred to me that could happen with this format. Well, you could definitely imagine the horror of that, couldn't you? Big welcome to the B and the C stream. You're now in the coolest stream, Moses.
Yeah.
The best stream.
The coolest. My badge actually says Caster A on it as well.
Yeah. Is that the best grade you've ever got? Finally made it.
It's my first. 14-14, here we go. If you are from the BNC stream, and I apologize to the A-stream viewers for saying this about the 20th time, but Liquid 1 round away from making it to the grand finals. A tie would secure them their spot against Astralis. Ence must win these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, everything is on the line right here for Ence. They played amazing Counter-Strike, but if they fall short now, then in some sense, it just doesn't matter. Astralis waiting in that grand finals, and as we've been saying, whichever way it goes, if it's Ence, if it's Liquid, it's going to be a great one. So much history and a lot to be battling over. X7 playing again alone down in the sewers while the rest of the team on the other side Ence trying to take control of restrooms. And a big job on X7. A lot of players who play this position solo don't play this aggressively. He's just trying to control all of it. Sergey takes down Nitro. That's the beginning they were looking for. That's what they needed. They're not going to sort of push immediately afterwards. They want to wait a little bit.
Gives an opening if X7 wants to get aggressive towards that B bomb site. He's going to be throwing some utility, trying to keep 2 players at the B bomb site, but Stewie's happy there at the moment. Twist is at B, but he can be a quick rotate. Elige desperate to find information, and he might find too much if he doesn't clear to the left. Has he seen it? There's the peak. Needs that win, and he's got it. He can hold on to long now. He doesn't want to fall back into the site because they're already streaming in. This is going to have to be a retake. An off angle for Elige. Aerial wants him to peek, and he gets it. Gets everything he wanted. He takes it all from Elige.
That's a really critical kill now. The bomb's going down as well. 3 versus 4. Liquid. Got to think about the money as well. If they give up these 3 rifles, then they actually give a big chance for Ence to get back into the game. So
they're going to save.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. I mean, if you wanted to make it back, then you'd have to get a kill really quickly. Oh, man. I mean, I don't know. There was just so much happening in that push. And Elige, great starting that kill. If he goes for the fight and dies, that's a problem. If he stays, he doesn't know if there's somebody else pushing behind him. So that could also be a problem.
Yeah. It was a tough scenario to read. And again, it's the assertiveness of Ence that is winning them some of these rounds. When they play those kind of slower pace, they seem to kind of fall short at times, but when they're really dictating a lot of the action, it feels like that's where they find their most opportunities. Yeah. Either way, throw everything out the window because it all comes down to round 30. Whoever wins this round makes it to the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely crazy, isn't it? What more could you ask for? Round number 30. Good weapons. Especially on the Ence side, lacking a little bit on the Liquid side, but we've seen plenty of times. Oh, and here comes the quad boost Moses. They've done it so many times. If they do it now again,
no one's up there.
No. So Liquid, they get a little bit of help this time, a little bit of mercy. They have just been, I mean, yeah, boosted on so many times. This time wasn't one of them.
Liquid's readjusting their defense at the A bomb site, getting Elige aggressive out towards long. Nitro is still far back in that A bomb site, but at least you have a stance for an early warning system. Maybe Elige can hear a footstep. Nap rotating back as well, because Stewie's got a deep angle with the AUG through Monster Tunnel.
I mean, I don't like this Elige Nitro setup, no matter what. I've never been a fan of it.
You
but
really haven't.
No, and I'm even less a fan when it's from us and a scout doing it. Like the chances that you will stop 3 people coming around the corner, I just think are somewhat low.
That's fair. Well, the question is, can Elige hold his nerve? Because Alu is going to be lurking long with an AK-47. Elige starting to push up here. Oh, great shot, great positioning from Alu, and the answer is no. Elige cannot hold his nerve. Now you have a scout, and now you have an M4 to defend this A bomb site. The hit is on. Twist desperately trying to get here quick enough, but Naf's caught out in the open. This might be it. This might be Ence in the grand finals again.
Yeah, it's looking so good for them right now. 5 versus 3. The grenades raining in towards Bank, pushing back that scout. Twist, that's a very clean kill. They almost line up. That could have been a very quick triple. He's done so much damage, and now Nitro coming back into it with a kill there in Alexi B. The bomb is down, but only just planted. Twist, he just did an enormous amount of damage in a couple of seconds. Stewie, the one flanking in from behind here. Everything rides on this round. Ence there within a grasp, but is it going to be enough? There's X7 taking a kill. They need just a little bit more. And that scout not ringing true yet. There's Twist with one more kill. All they have left is Sergey. The smoke is up here, and now they need the defuse, and I think they've just done it. They have the time. It comes down to this, the tie, and they're in the grand finals against Astralis. What a way to finish a map.
What a round from Twist. He saved the day. I don't even know how many kills he ended with in the round, but the one kill, the massive damage on the spray through the smoke, and Liquid has got to be thanking their lucky stars they're able to get away with that one. What a match between these two teams. Some incredibly creative boosts and awkward moments as well. That was a beautifully played game.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And I mean, it was a great game, and it's great to see Nitro and Elige doing as much as they were in that game. And I mean, what a crazy team Ence are to watch play. I mean,
yeah, they're legit, aren't they?
Yeah, that's like the excitement level is just off the charts all the time. You have to love that.
Yeah, it is very cool. This one's going to hurt a little bit after there's so much success at the major, but either way, Liquid, I mean, I don't know if you could have complained with either grand final, but Liquid against Astralis in the grand finals, what an incredible matchup. That'll be a best of 3 as well. We're going to a break. When we come back, we'll have the desk for you.